few times that Pump.fun is the worst thing to ever happen to crypto. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the worst thing that happened to crypto for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Certainly because of everything we discussed. It's a lot more transparent now. The veil is uncovered for
Yes.
what crypto really is, and people don't like their reality. People don't like that, and for a lot of people in the space, so we're talking, people that are really invested. Like infra is the best example, but there's people in other areas of the space as well. That Pump.fun is the kind of like a little bit of a fuck you to them, and that's just how markets are. Because again, I wouldn't take credit for that necessarily, because I think anything in meme coins would attract that. But I think what we represent a project that really embraced all of these things. So now, when people before got rugged and things didn't go well, they didn't have anyone to blame. They're like, yeah, Solana is just a piece of shit chain. Like people just like, selling coins all the time, whatever. But with Pump.fun, you have this sort of, you have like an entity that you can kind of point towards. And I think that's fine. I'm fine. With any position, with any influential position, there comes this sort of responsibility, and we're fine with taking that on, because we know that we helped create a much better space moving forward, and I fully stand by that. And honestly, if you don't see how things have changed for the better and over the last couple of months, it's you either don't know what you're talking about or it's just pure cope.
You know there's going to be movies made about you motherfuckers, right?
Let's see.
How do you stay at the top as like the premier place to launch these coins? Because I'm sure, it's happening in real time that there's just like OpenSea was, the only NFT marketplace for however long, and then Blur comes around, the Magic Eden comes around, and all these platforms come and eat their fucking lunch. How do you stay at the top and stop competitors from stealing market share?
You need to move fast, and you need to understand. When a lot of people like make it with the product, they think they're all knowing, and they think they know exactly what users want, and it's always going to be that way. It's good to have conviction, but what was clear with OpenSea, for instance, is that they didn't really. They created something that users wanted at some point, initially, but then they failed to innovate on that because that need evolved. People wanted to trade them, people want to trade them in a more liquid manner, a better user interface, etc. And that presents an opportunity for Blur. Or people wanted to explore other ecosystems. You have Magic Eden, with ordinals. You've got a bunch of these not these trends, but like literal, deep desires by users to try different things as metas evolve and as new tech comes along, and you just need to stay on the ball. And it always comes down to just really being close to the trenches and seeing what people are doing, what people are talking about. And we need to keep ourselves honest. Like I like to say that I understand the market, and that I have an ear close to the market, because I also like to use my own platform.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. But you never know for sure. You need to, your ego always has to remain low when it comes to this. Because if you don't, then people eventually, someone that's in the trenches will create a product that is going to fill some sort of niche that you didn't think of. And that's how things can really snowball. And in OpenSea's case, it ended up being that, competitors came along, they lost most of their market share.